Welcome to Celebrate Aging. I'm Sandy Leo with Ecumen Detroit Lakes, creating home and making life better for those we serve. About a week ago Sunday, there was a story in the local newspaper. It was online and also posted on our Facebook page. Our program is about sharing information regarding our services and also about sharing stories. And this story is a very special story, and I thought I would like to share it with you today. Adeline Carlson is a Gold Star mother. She is a resident of Emmanuel Nursing Home. I asked Adeline to appear with me and do an interview about her story, but she wasn't exactly comfortable doing that, so she gave me permission to read her story to you today. A Gold Star mother. Adeline Carlson lost her son Donald in the Vietnam War. Faith shines brighter than her gold star. Adeline Carlson holds a radiant gold star in her hand as she sits in her room at the Emmanuel Nursing Home, Ecumen, Detroit Lakes. "It is beautiful, isn't it?" she said. But as beautiful and distinctive as it may be, Carlson would rather not have it. Being designated a Gold Star mother by the U.S. military means you have lost a child while serving, usually in war. This Sunday, or actually about a week ago Sunday, that day was designated National Observance Day for Gold Star mothers. Carlson gained her Gold Star status when she lost her 21-year-old son Donald in the Vietnam War. "He was so sweet," said Carlson, as a small smile of remembrance comes to her face. "He would come up to me and hug me and squish his cheek against mine. He had so much kindness in him. He was always trying to help people." Donald Carlson, raised in Brooklyn Center, down by the Twin Cities. He was a Christian boy. Donald had a knack for figuring out electronics. He had a talent for music, a way with children, and a love for God. In fact, he attended Bible school after graduating high school, and before he left for the Army, he went around the neighborhood making sure people knew the Lord. When he went to say goodbye to my parents before leaving for Nam, he sang at their church, "How great thou art," said Carlson, who says she can still hear him singing. He had a good voice and sparkling blue eyes. Those are his father's eyes. While in the Army, Donald tried to get on as a chaplain, but was turned down because he hadn't earned his minister's license. He was instead placed with a helicopter crew and sent to Vietnam. He successfully flew 25 aerial missions before his final day came on August 1st, 1968. Machine gun fire from another helicopter struck Donald and forever changed the lives of Adeline, her husband Carl, and their 3 children. It was early on a Sunday morning. I saw the Army Jeep pull up, and when I opened the door and I saw the uniform, I knew. Adeline and Carl sat down on the couch and prayed. "We prayed for the strength to get through it," she said, adding that while her Christian faith allowed her to accept what had happened and gave her comfort in knowing her son was with the Lord, she regretted one thing. "I never got to say goodbye," she said. "And I remember saying to the Lord, I wish I could have just hugged him and just said goodbye." About a week later, Carlson's prayer was answered as she remembers in a dream in which Donald came to her. He came out of a mist across the street to where I was standing, and he put his arms around me and he mushed his cheek against mine like he always had. He looked at me again, didn't say a word. He went and hid behind the car that was parked there, and then he peeked up at me and he went off into the mist again. The heartbroken mother got her hug goodbye. And when I woke up, I could still feel the warmth on my cheek, like he had really been there. And it gave me such peace. Donald was buried at Glen Haven Memorial Gardens in the Twin Cities area. He left behind a girlfriend that Donald had planned to marry when he got home. She took it really hard, Carlson says. Oh, but they remained part of that girl's life for many years after. In fact, it was Adeline who ended up helping the mourning young girl love again. At a fundraiser they were attending together, a young man stood up at the event, announcing he was starting up a youth ministry and was looking for help running it. I gave her a poke and said, "You could do that." And I took her by the hand and I led her to the young man and introduced them. They ended up falling in love and getting married. I poured at their wedding. Carlson says she hasn't met very many other Gold Star mothers throughout her years, but says for her, a strong faith is what saw her through. You can't get angry because even when we don't know why things happen, God does. So her and her husband Carl went on with their lives as hard as it was. And Carl died in 2002. And Adeline says he is now with Donald. As for Carlson, she says she doesn't think about the pain of losing a child on a daily basis. She goes on and allows herself to enjoy the love surrounding her and the life that is going on. Somebody told me once that I should wear this gold star every single day, but I don't. Putting the pin back in the little box, she said, only on special occasions. I'm sure it's very difficult to lose a child, and I'm sure some of you watching today have gone through this, and it's got to be one of the worst things you would ever go through in your whole entire life. But as Adeline says, she tries to focus on the love surrounding her and the life that goes on. And she shares her story. And I think that has been part of her healing all these years. And we would like to thank Adeline for sharing her story with us today. And I'd like to thank all of you for watching. as we continue to celebrate aging at Ecumen Detroit Lakes.